I saw the Washington Free Beacon did a mashup of Cory Booker talking about how he had violated the rules with George Costanza from Seinfeld talking about how he was the bad man. And it really does fit. I mean, Cory Booker is a nerd pretending to be the bad guy here so that he's cool with the base. Right? He's going to wear a leather jacket and ride a motorcycle so that the base will love him and vote for him in 2020. Here's Cory Booker pretending to be Spartacus.
I will say that I did willingly violate the chair's rule on the committee confidential process. I take full responsibility for violating that, sir. And I violate it because I sincerely believe that the public deserves to know this nominee's record. In this particular case, his record on issues of race and the law. And I could not understand, and I violated this rule knowingly, why these issues should be withheld from the public. Now, I appreciate the comments of my colleagues. This is about the closest I'll probably ever have in my life to an I am Spartacus moment.
So he's making two claims there. One is that he violated the Senate rules. Two are that the documents that he actually released were somehow damaging to Brett Kavanaugh. Not a single thing he said there is true, including that this is an I am Spartacus moment. Now, I've already said this morning on Twitter, I took a Twitter poll as to what President Trump should call him in the inevitable tweet, right? There will be a tweet from President Trump about Cory Booker. I am pushing all of my friends at the White House to get the president to nickname him Farticus. I just think that the alternatives are crying Cory. There's also drama queen Cory. There are a few possibilities, but I think Farticus is clearly the best, and I'll be very disappointed in the president if he goes with crying somebody else, because he's already done crying for, I think, a couple of other folks. He needs to get more creative with the insults. In any case, it turns out none of this is true. So Cory Booker releases these documents. Number one, he didn't actually release the documents. They were released earlier that morning. So he didn't violate any Senate rule, which he knew when he said this. So that's number one. Number two, the documents that he released about Brett Kavanaugh, the things the American public had to see, because we cannot have this veil of ignorance placed upon our eyes so that we don't know who will enter. We must know everything. It turns out, what do those documents show? It shows that Brett Kavanaugh is a lawyer who knows things, and also opposed racial profiling after 9/11. The specific email chain he's talking about there, we need to know what he thinks about racial profiling. What does Brett Kavanaugh actually say in those emails? He says, racial profiling is probably unconstitutional, so we shouldn't do it. So well done, Cory Booker. Just well done. What's hilarious about this is even members of the left-wing media who are prepared to praise Cory Booker, who are prepared to treat him as Spartacus rather than Farticus, even those members of the media had to actually ask him some tough questions, and Cory Booker had no answer. So Anderson Cooper, who is predisposed to sort of like this kind of drama, he starts asking Cory Booker questions, and watch as Cory Booker's eyes roll up into the back of his head and he starts murmuring in tongues.